Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended, and this is a preparatory video to show you exactly what you need to do in the first 10 minutes of Ark Survival Ascended when Aberration releases, because the map is going to be very similar and there are some really amazing starts, and I'm going to show you where to start, what to do, how to do it, everything you need to know just to get you kick-started for Aberration. So let's go ahead and start. First off, always spawn the edge one. It says it's a hard spawn location, but I promise it's going to be well worth your time. You don't need to watch that unless you want to. And then when you spawn over here, this is why it's such a strong spawn point. So even though it's considered a hard spawning zone, the only thing of difficulty over here is going to be raptors. That's it. You saw a few of them off to my left, but because there's such a high concentration of other things that have a lot of ability to, how do I say this properly? They have a lot of ability to destroy raptors. So you can pretty easily just move around raptors over here, and yeah, it's not too bad. So anyways, what you're gonna do is you're gonna aim for a specific point on the map. You can see me heading towards it right now. If you look in the upper right corner, I'm not gonna give you the coords, but you can just use the map and you guys are smart enough to figure it out. But you're gonna get to the edge of the river, getting to the waterfall spawn. Now, all edge one spots will get you pretty close to this spot. But it is by far the best spot in all of Aberration to get started. I mean, honestly, it's probably one of the best spots to build long term if you're playing PvE as well, because everything you need is within arm's reach of this location. So we're gonna go ahead and keep moving towards it. You can see the river that I'm heading towards right now, and then see that little like gap over there. That's what we're looking for. So that gap is actually access into the blue zone. Now let's talk about why this spot is so powerful. I'm gonna go ahead and go to GCM mode so you can kind of see what I'm looking at, right? So what we're looking for is this river right here. You can see that this is what I want, and just so you can see on the actual map, let me go ahead and pull that up for you. The chords that you're looking for are give or take like 30, 60 basically. And again, in the upper right corner, you can kind of see. Now what you're looking for is this river. Now this river, it will end over into the blue zone right here. So you can inevitably, once you get a chance, put a zip line over here, get tons of access to resources. And if you use this ledge right here, this ledge doesn't have the ability to spawn in Nameless. Now, why is that so important? Nameless will destroy your entire world, but this zone, blue zone, is the best way to get resources in the entire game. These small trees basically count as large redwood trees. These rocks actually count as metal rocks, and then you've got stone, obsidian, and everything that you would need. Now you're like, Teach, well, what about other things like polymer and silica pearls? Now, for amazing starting locations, what you can do is you can actually go into this river, and obviously there's otters too. That right there is what we're looking for, the trilobites. Now, trilobites, obviously you can see this guy right here. If you kill it, I'm gonna go ahead and kill it just so you can see what I'm talking about here. Killing a trilobite will result in you being able to harvest his body. And when you harvest his body, you can get both silica pearls and black pearls out of that, which is obviously super useful. Let's go ahead and get a pick. And yep, that's what we're looking for right there. You can see there's silica pearls, chitin, raw meat, and a black pearl out of that. Now, obviously, you'll probably have to kill quite a few of these things, but they're pretty easy to kill. You don't need to try super hard. You can see that I'm kind of like slowly hitting it. This one's level 48, and it's got a little bit of blood on it, so that's kind of what you're doing there. So there's that, right? So you've got silica pearls, metal, stone, wood, berries, everything that you need. You're close to the green gems. You have a gas spawn right over here in this corner. So you can place a gas extractor down over here, and once you have a gas extractor, that'll help you out a ton. Now, there's also a quick explorer note right here, just so you can see for a quick early game experience. And obviously that's super useful because let's go ahead and go to it. You can see that we've boosted to level 8 without doing anything at all. And yeah, so that's a very useful start. Plus you have high quality metal nodes right here. And then obviously up here, you've got tons of access to mushrooms. The one thing you want to be careful of is you see the mushrooms that have the red bottom, they will cause you to hallucinate and do exactly this right here. So you don't want to do that. Technically speaking, you'll drown on your own, I don't know, spit, I guess, because you're too high in this game. So be careful of the mushrooms that have that bottom that has that like red to them. The ones that don't have the red to them, you're totally fine walking near, and you'll get a bunch of awesome resources out of it. So anyways, we've talked about literally every resource in the game except for polymer. polymer can easily be gathered, the benefit of this river, right? So you keep going up this river, and once you get to the corner of the river, you'll see what I mean in just a second, right? Now, this is more of like you probably have a tame and the ability to kill one of these things. But if you go up to this corner right here and look down this way, you will see carcanos or crabs. Now, if you kill a crab and then harvest its body with a meat eater or use any form of pick, you will get an insane amount of organic polymer per crab, like 200-300 organic polymer, which is an easy way to get access to polymer early on. So again, these are all like very entry-level things. Day one, you're probably earning all of this stuff quickly, taking care of everything that you need. And yeah, so that's pretty useful. So what is the progression like over here, right? So we've talked about all of the resources you could possibly need. Plus you've got access to this tree for sap. Like all that you need is right here. Now, some of you are immediately going to be like, okay, Teach, I need to get tames. So the Edge 1 zone that I am currently in right now, the reason that it's so strong is all of your basic tames are available right here. Iguanodons always spawn right here. Yeah, very useful for gathering berries. Dodos always spawn right here for quick eggs, quick meat. Moss chops always spawn right nearby, obviously. Very useful for gathering just about everything in the entire game. Even late game tames like stegos. You can get some high level stegos in this range over here. Obviously that one's level 8. And then one of my favorite things is to go up just a little bit, right? Because yes, raptors do spawn over here, but they get smoked. They're not even like in the realm of capable of surviving, basically. And this is due to the fact that Triceratops, Paraceratheriums, Parasaurs, and stegos will all mess them up pretty good up here. So that's pretty useful. Obviously, parasaurs are great early game tames, very easy to knock out. Just bolo them and then shoot them in the head or knock them out with your fists, which is also a doable thing. And then going up just a touch, this entire hill right here, this is another amazing thing. Ovis spawn in high quantities up here, so being able to tame things using raw mutton is a very valuable thing. So I would encourage you to actually go up this hill just a little bit because yeah, Ovis, literally everything you need entry level is right here. And then what I like to do is I like to get all my basic tames real quick, and then you've got an unlimited resources access up here because you've also got Doedix that'll spawn up here, and then sometimes you'll get lucky and an Ankylosaurus will spawn up here as well, meaning that you have access to every resource collector that you need early on. Sometimes roll rats as well, but that's up to you. So great places that you can also go. By the way, you can start a little starter base right up here. It's a nice flat zone. Plus you have access to a plant species Z, which you're going to need late game anyways. You just let this thing sit for about a minute and you're good to go. So now that we've gotten past our very entry level basics, what do you do next, right? So the next thing that you're going to want to do in order to kind of hit the next stage inside of this game is you're going to want to tame a spino. Now, obviously you've got that raw mutton that we just talked about. You just need a crossbow and some trank arrows, and you can easily trap any spino just using 3 gates. That's all you need in order to trap a spino. Let's go ahead and get out some gates here. Gate, and let's go. Where's just a metal gate? Let's just be simple, right? All right, so gates are a great way to trap spinos, and all you have to do is put them in a V formation, and then once you have them in the V formation, I'm gonna go ahead and back out just a touch here so I can actually get to it. You'll just pull the spino into this gate, and once it's inside of the gate with you, you will just lock it in place. Come here, buddy. Yeah, come on, follow me into the gate. Into the gate we go. And then obviously now that we've got it inside that triple gate right there. Oh, I think I missed actually. Yeah, I did. But you can put it inside the triple gate right there and it'll get stuck. And then you just knock it out safely from inside that 3-gate thing. Now I didn't put that thing far back enough, so it just like got out. But this is one of the best ways that you can actually do it. So taming a spino will give us a huge advantage because then we can walk up and down this river and get an insane amount of experience. Now, let me talk about why that's important to know. See this river? There are hundreds of thousands of fish in it. So with a spino, they have a ranged AoE attack. And if you just run down this river, spino gets bonus stats for being in water and swing, you will get a ridiculous amount of experience for taming or for killing fish. It's also a great way late game to level up your reapers, by the way. But this is like your mid game champion spot because we talked about everything that you could possibly need. Entry level is all right here. You tame a spino, run up and down this river, kill some carcanos and everything like that, and you have access to unlimited resources. Now what I'm going to recommend you do directly after that is this is the kind of like the next step in our progression here. And this will be like my last part of this entry level video. You're going to go ahead and get a zip line operational, and you're going to go ahead and get a crossbow operational. And then we're going to go ahead and equip our crossbow. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my zip lines attached to my crossbow. Why is it? Why? Okay, we're going to go ahead and I'm very confused right now. Oh man, I hate when skins become a big problem. Oh man, really? It's just gonna make me do that? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to this zone right here, because after we've done everything that I just talked about us doing, right? What I want you to do is make yourself a very happy camper. Go into this zone right here. Obviously there's some Ravagers right there. You're gonna aim like right about there. Boop. And it should land right there. And we're going to aim, see how it turns green when we know we're in the right spot. We're going to go ahead and slap down a zip line right there. And now that we've got all the resources we need up here, we can get ourselves a Ravager. Oh, really? You're going to do this to me? Anyways, you can build something beneath it so it doesn't do that. But you can hit E on it, and all of a sudden you have access to the blue zone, and you are now in the mid-game. But this is one of the strongest things that you can do, is get access to this blue zone. I think I may have put this just a little bit too low, but you jump off the bottom. Never mind, it's perfect. And notice how we are good to go for actually accessing this zone. Huge early game, can do this all in probably the first few hours of the game. And yeah, now that you've got access to this, all these resources are now your friend. So hopefully this video helps you up for getting started on Aberration. And if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for that algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. All right, Teach. Wow.